We are at a very interesting time in the world of media. Traditional media as we know it, TV, radio, is changing rapidly. And that is because social media is disrupting the space, whether it's how we produce information as traditional media houses, or how you consume information, whether it's on Facebook or these different social media platforms.
Traditional media they're in that transition of defining themselves in terms of competing against themselves. So what do I mean by that? If you have a newspaper, you need to have a digital presence. But what are you doing to differentiate what is in the paper that you printed at 5 o'clock in the morning versus, breaking news about the budget speech that is happening in front of you as we speak?
Is the word social media influencer kind of a new term in Africa?
I choose to be different, even though ordinarily I would say I'm a social media influencer. But what I did was to translate my authority and influence beyond social media. Because when you now say you're a social media influencer, the perception is that you're just some personality on the internet who has no relevance or value outside of it.
So it's about fighting perceptions, whether you're a social media influencer.
So you can be a social media influencer, but you have to be careful about the definition. Because people, once they put you in a box, they find it difficult putting you outside of that box.
First, let's talk about your content itself. Yes. What kind of content do you push out to your audience?
Most of my content is not just political, it's not just this and this. I try to cut across because I believe that if I cut across border, it can reach a lot of people. And I won't be what Omoji was saying, people group you and think that you're just this person and they put you in a box. First of all, I think as if there's no box in the first place.
Omoji, what makes somebody successful on social media?
Success in digital space is also defined as success of digital space. It's in the eye of the beholder. It depends on what you're looking for. For me, engagement is everything. The fact that I can say anything and have people who join the conversation is more important to me than if I had 5 million followers and they were not engaging in the conversation. So success, definitely engagement has to count.
So I refer to engagement as the holy grail of social media, purely because it goes down to, it's not necessarily about your number of followers, it's about your number of followers being able to engage. So if you have a niche...
And when you say engagement, that means retweeting, tweeting at you.
Yes.
It's one thing to have the numbers. It's another thing to have the influence. It's another thing to sustain the influence over a period of time. So the hardest thing for someone, getting the numbers is very easy. You can have something very crazy as Gangnam Style, go viral, have 1 billion followers, get everyone following you. But will you retain them? Maintaining them, you see?
Relevancy is directly correlated to authenticity, because social media, I like to refer to it as that rebellious child within the marketing or communications portfolio, is that it will show you.
How do you stay authentic to your audience externally?
So about relevance and being authentic, first of all, I tell people social media is not about me. It's about the people. You see, it's like the same thing when people ask me, how do you get your numbers on Instagram? How do you get followers? I tell them, if you're putting up a picture on Instagram or on social media because you love it and you think it's funny to you, it's not about you. If it's all about you, leave it on your phone. You have an album on your phone. Leave it on your phone. You have to understand your crowd.
Quickly, brutal, but would you say that traditional media is dying completely?
Very good question. Very good question. Will traditional media die completely? No, it will evolve. It will evolve. So the ones that are smart are the ones that have actually evolved in such a way that I know conventional newspapers in Nigeria that have far more eyes online than they have for their newspapers. Maybe one day they will say, okay, let's just kill it. The way really a lot of newspapers are dying every day, but let's not overemphasize their death. I think they are just evolving. So they are digitizing traditional.
So yes and no, because in its current format it would be dead, purely because of, I'm trying to get to it quickly. So I won't give you too much context. But in its current format, if they choose not to evolve, if they choose not to be able to understand that they've got to have a multiple or a multi-model strategy. So that becomes the thing. The second aspect of it is that it can never die, purely because we are constrained, especially in Africa, South Africa, but Africa, by certain things like geography, access to the internet, signal, affordability. So these are the kind of things it means that it will never die, but traditional media have to put effort into ensuring that they have a multi-model strategy.
You know the conversation is good when they start telling you to wrap it up, when people are starting. But we want to thank you, our panelists, JJ Omojua, Yavi Madurai, and Extian Della. Such a great conversation here. Thank you all guys who came here. Remember, this conversation continues offline.